All right, here we go. The most anticipated movie for pretty much most people of this year, Deadpool and Wolverine. Everyone has been waiting for this movie all year. The team up of Ryan Reynolds and Hugh Jackman. This is the team up everyone has been wanting since the very first Deadpool movie. And we got it. Ryan Reynolds, Hugh Jackman, Deadpool, and Wolverine, R-rated action comedy. It gives you all the blood, carnage, and buddy movie. It's pretty much like a road trip movie through the multiverse with these two wacky, crazy characters meeting up with strange cameos throughout the Fox universe, like the X-Men movies and other, Fantastic Four movies, Daredevil and shit like that. Tons of cameos, tons of crazy action sequences, and crude R-rated humor like you get in every Deadpool movie. So, yeah. I saw this movie. Saw it early, which is cool. I wasn't, hyped for it like everybody was, but I was excited. Not, super excited, but still excited. It's Deadpool. It's Ryan Reynolds. It's just a character he loves playing, and he's very good at playing Deadpool. And, yeah, it's a very entertaining movie. It gives you everything you want in a movie that is Deadpool and Wolverine. I don't know what else you would expect going into this movie other than just a lot of R-rated cussing and a lot of cameos and references to Disney and other movies and franchises, even franchises that have nothing to do with superhero movies. And it's just Ryan Reynolds and Hugh Jackman milking the screen for 2 hours and 10 minutes. I have said to everybody that I'm very superhero fatigued and it is a movie you can watch without watching the other Deadpool movies or watching the MCU movies, which is a great thing. Because that's the thing with the MCU and the issues with the MCU movies, that you have to watch these shows and movies to understand what's going on. You don't really need to do that, even though there's a ton of cameos in this movie. And if you haven't seen all the Fox movies, and there's some cameos you're just not going to get, but it doesn't take a genius to get what they're doing with this story. It's a very simplistic story, and you don't even need to watch the other Deadpool movies to know what's going on. It's a very simple story. Anyone can go into this movie and have a good time and have a fun time with it and not be overly confused. And I applaud it for that. It's a good enough movie for people to go watch. Ryan Reynolds is super good. He's super funny. I know some people find Deadpool very annoying, and of course he's annoying. He's one of the most annoying characters in comic books, but that's his shtick, and Ryan Reynolds just sells it. That's what Ryan Reynolds could do. Hugh Jackman is the best part of this movie, though, easily, and it's a completely different Wolverine. It's not the Wolverine that we know from Logan and stuff. Very different Wolverine, more broken, a little sadistic, borderline psychopath Wolverine, but still a very deep character. And Hugh Jackman as Wolverine just always works, and he is the best. He gives the best performance. He's the best character in the movie. Every scene with Wolverine is great, and yeah, him with the yellow suit, I didn't jizz in my pants like other people did, but it was cool to watch. I grew up with the 90s X-Men, so it was cool to see Hugh Jackman in the suit. And yeah, he was the heart and soul of the movie. And his chemistry with Ryan Reynolds is good. They are the best parts of the movie. The villain isn't that great. The cameos are fun. Some are funny. The references can be funny, but they get kind of old and tired after an hour and a half. I'm okay. none of there's no character other than the two leads that you're just gonna get really attached to, because you're there for for the two of them. You're there for Deadpool, and you're there for Wolverine. Everyone else you could just give two shits about. Like, even Marina Baccarin's in this movie. They bring Peter back. Like, it's all fun. I guess Sonic Teenage Warhead's there. And, yeah, and the cameos that you even all heard about are in it. There's even cameos that I didn't even expect them to have, which, again, were cool, but there was a lot. And some of them I just could care less. And the jokes were hit and miss, but I would say they were more hit. Like, the comedic timing of Ryan Reynolds in this movie is good. Even Wolverine has some good banger of jokes. But there was a couple that were, like, way on the nose, and some were just flat out stupid jokes. Just really dumb. Some were really forced, and some were a little pandering to Disney. Even though they do make fun of Disney, there's also a couple of scenes that are very much jerking Disney off, but it's not that bad. It's not super cringe or anything like that. The CGI was quite bad in some moments, especially in the third act. The best parts of the hand-to-hand combat scenes, and especially the scenes when Deadpool is fighting Wolverine. Those are like the highlight action sequences. But when there's like big CGI moments, it looks pretty terrible. And I know this movie has a big budget, but man, it doesn't really look it. The movie's directed by Sean Levy. I like Sean Levy. I think he's actually a good director. He's actually directed a lot of like really good underrated films, like the Night at the Museum movies and This Is Where I Leave You and stuff. And I think he was an interesting choice. I think he does a good job for what he has, but I know he put a lot of effort. Like, he wrote, produced, directed this movie. Ryan Reynolds wrote it as well, and this is definitely his biggest movie. And it's definitely not his best, but it is his most, well, I don't even say entertaining. It's definitely his most, like, grand blockbuster movie. This is going to be a big hit for him, and I think they're going to offer Sean Levy a lot more big blockbusters after this. And again, he does a good job for what he has. What else do I say? Like, it's hard to talk about this movie without spoiling the fucking shit out of it, because there's a lot of things in this movie that people have been speculating and theorizing, and some of them are spot on, and some of them are not at all. See, I don't speculate and theorize with, like, comic book movies anymore. It's just not my thing. I just, like, I went into this movie, I'm like, well, I'm going to get a buddy, raunchy action movie with a lot of cameos and inside jokes. That's exactly what I got. After I saw this movie, I got everything I got everything I expected, and nothing more, nothing less. It wasn't. How do I say this? My expectations were just, it was going to be a good movie, and that's what it was. It wasn't amazing. It didn't exceed anything, but it also didn't disappoint. There's nothing disappointing. I wasn't sad that I saw this movie. I wasn't angry, but I also wasn't like fucking jizzing in my pants and fist bumping in the air and saying this is the fucking best comic book movie ever made. No, it gave me everything that I expected. And what else should I ask for, right? Would I have loved for this movie to exceed my expectations and be this like huge sleeper hit? Well, I wouldn't say sleeper hit. I think everyone is going to go see this movie. I think this movie will probably make a lot of people's like top 10 best of the year. It certainly will not make mine, but it is a fun, entertaining comic book movie that I highly recommend. I will not see it a second time in theaters. I will see it a second time maybe when it comes on streaming, but it's a good movie. It's good. It does what it needs to do. On a scale of 1 to 10, I'm going to give Deadpool and Wolverine a 7.5 out of 10. Good, fun, entertainment. Good job, Deadpool and Wolverine. And yes, sorry about doing this video all in audio. I'm moving a lot of stuff around right now, so I couldn't just shoot a video. And after I saw the screening, I just wanted to get this video out for you guys. And yeah, I just didn't have time to set up the camera and stuff. So, but yeah, I'll see you guys in my next video. So please like and subscribe to this channel and join the dark side.